field map. So the first thing that you'll need to do is download it from your app store, and it will be ESRI field map, and this replaces collector, ESRI collector. So once you get it installed, you will want to have your bad elf on and paired to your device, because that will be part of the configuration settings. So if you notice, I have already connected to the bad elf. So now I'm going to open field maps, and what you will do once you log in with your credentials, you select the profile picture up in the left hand corner, and your profile comes up. And what we're going to do is review the collection settings. So you open that up. You want your accuracy to be 5 feet. So if that is set to something else, all you do is come in here and change your number and select feet. You want 95%, you want the confidence rating turned to off. GPS averaging will also be set to off. Streaming, if it's set to off, accept that default. This is only used if we are tracking a water line or a force main route, which is kind of rare. So like I said, if that is set to 0, just leave it at 0. If that's something you'd like to get into at some point, just let me know and we can discuss it. So your photos, we're going to move on to photos. You want to, your upload photo size should be set to large. Related types, leave it set at the default, which says filtered. So just leave this off. And you definitely want to turn snapping on. Now, so that's it for your collection portion of the configuration. Now you want to set your provider. And what this is telling field maps that you're using an external GPS receiver. So what you'll do is say add. And I've already connected via Bluetooth to my bad elf, so I'm going to say add. The antenna height, I'm going to leave at 0 because we're not taking vertical measurements. So this is done. Now, you notice that it added it, but it did not include the check mark indicating that it's using the bad elf. So now you have selected the bad elf. Your profile is set to default, but one thing that you do want to check is to make sure that it is set to the WGS 1984 coordinate system. Then we are done with location configuration. We want to do general now, and so your units should be set to US standard, and you see mine is by the check. Your coordinates should be set to decimal degrees. Your distance should be set to feet. The area I have set to automatic, but you can change that if you'd like. The directions, what this is asking is if you select a feature within field maps to get driving directions to that feature, it wants to know which mapping application, driving application would you like to use. So you can just, I leave mine set to always ask. If you have a preference, you can set it here. And auto sync should be set to on. And that's just a matter of the slider bar. Cellular data should be set to off. And you are done with those settings.